Hello everybody, it is 5:18 p.m. March 15th, 2024. This is the video for week 11. I did just check. Today is the 75th day of the year, and we are officially 20% into the year. That's 1/5 into the year. I was thinking, man, week 11, if there's 52 or 56 weeks in the year, something like that, then this is 1/5, which is 20%, which is true. It's accurate. So, I'm not avoiding being on camera this time. I intended on trying to go live this time because it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to do a voice note and then record and then edit it and render it and upload it on my computer setup, because my editor isn't on the new laptop and it isn't agreeing with it yet. So I have to use the old computer, and it's a little bit convoluted. So I wanted to actually get this traffic. So excuse me while I walk through this. I love the activity. It feels nice. I don't want to miss it. The liveliness, the energy, Yeah. So then there's the space issue on my phone. I can't record a whole video right now because I've been pretty nonchalant about my storage on my phone. I don't even know. I'm kind of worried that this might even cut off a little bit. I hope not, but we'll see. Let me just get out of this traffic, and then I'll officially start for real. I saw that a short that I posted actually got a couple hundred views, which is weird because it didn't happen right away. This is usually how shorts and clips work. They usually get a lot of views right away and then kind of peter off. But I was pleasantly surprised by the amount of views that got. So man, I kind of want to do this like a story a little bit. So my notes are super unorganized, but I think I can kind of remember, because in a way not a lot happened. So basically, I had a weird experience over the weekend where I was very anxious, and I mean the kind of anxiety that I felt prior to shit hitting the fan last year. And it's like when that shit hits, it really sucks. It's like I get this stomach ache, and it's just not a good feeling. So and I could not get this girl out of my mind. I watch tarot videos on a regular basis, and there's only a couple people that I like to watch because they jive, they resonate, and they refrain from saying certain negative shit, and they don't like constantly talk about the same stuff. So it feels legit. And in a way, I think it's almost like affirmations. You listen. It's like the stuff that they're saying may not be true, but you make it true by believing it. So it's kind of like that, and they're positive enough that I feel like I'm not doing harm by listening to them. So, but the main one that I do listen to was saying stuff that was way too accurate about a specific individual that I really liked a couple years ago, and talking about like their sign, talking about like the dynamics of the relationship and kind of how things went wrong, all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of had trouble sleeping, and I just started thinking about like a resolution. I don't know if I want to get specific, but the resolution kind of calmed my nerves and made me feel a little bit better. It's like, well, if this is what makes me feel better, then maybe this is what I need to be trying to make happen, and whatever. So that kind of stuff, and then a kind of a negative day kind of triggered me to do how I move the rest of the week. So that, and then I had some more anxiety, right? I was very like, I really wanted to drink badly, and I haven't wanted to say that or like write it down, even in my journal. I don't want to acknowledge it. I don't want to spend too much time thinking about it. But I had a day, like I think it was the day after I resolved that in my mind. I was like, okay, well, if this is truly meant to be, then this solution could happen, and then I would be okay with that. It would be nice, you know? So it was like just kind of thinking positive thoughts, thinking about a desirable outcome. And that was the way that I avoided the anxiety, and I was able to sleep. So the next day, I felt like just super charged up, and I wanted to drink and smoke and all that stuff. So I went for a long ass walk, and I listened to all of my music, and I organized a track list for my like latest works. And then it kind of just all very quickly came together, where like the name Remedy, the album artwork, the track list, like the general vibe of how I wanted it to flow, how I want to release it, and which is and then like a way for me to release it that made me very comfortable and kind of excited about the idea. And then the date, because of old tradition of me releasing things on April 20th, and then it's just kind of like a holiday for me. So I got my license, I believe, on April 20th, and then April 420 on April 20th is like when I would release it. So it just made sense, and it's not that far away. So that kind of thing also helped. It's like I had something poking at me, you know what I mean? And the only way that I could resolve that, well, not the only way, but the way that I ended up resolving it at the time was doing these couple things. So I have a stray hair that's bothering me. Wait a second. All right. So that kind of started me moving in this kind of intuitive way, which, by the way, like I'm gonna spend like the next like month or so basically telling people closest to me that I'm gonna be posting this is a fucking bug trying to get on my face, bro. What am I saying? Yeah, so basically I'm going to post it on Facebook, and I'm going to kind of try to, it's similar to what I'm doing with the businesses, which is prop it up and make it look good. So I'm gonna I have like a list of people who I'm going to tell in advance what it is that I'm doing, or as much information as they need to know. And basically all I'm asking them to do is to like my post. So I'm gonna try to get like the most likes I've ever gotten on a Facebook post. on this post, which is basically kind of a summary of it's like an announcement, and a summary of like kind of where I'm at music, like artistically, and kind of, you know, pandering a little bit to try to get more people to like it. But it's like very vulnerable, and the reason that's why I can't just like post it and then let it fall on deaf ears. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, you know, the people that are in my algorithm on Facebook, there's like a handful of people, you know, similar. I'm sure it's like that for a lot of people. You post on Facebook, you shit post on Facebook, and like, you know, if you get some traction, you'll get like more likes or less. But there is a chance that like if this spends enough time not being liked by enough people, that it won't catch fire. So I'm gonna try to give it a push by basically telling people in my immediate circle, like, look, support me with doing this. Everybody kind of knows I make music, right? And I never really asked anybody to do anything like this. It's like, just basically like this post. I'll tell them when it's going to happen, and hopefully enough people like it to where it kind of gains traction and maybe catches fire in the you know, in the local area. And then to maximize like how it looks, I'm gonna post the whole thing in one video on YouTube, and and so the way that this is being posted is inspired by someone in my circle who released the project, that I listened to, and I think they did kind of dramatize it. They were trying to, you know, boost it up by making it seem more poppin' than it was, and then and it worked on me. So, and I listened to the whole thing. So then it's inspired by that. And then it's inspired by, I listened to a couple Tinashe projects, mixtapes, because I just came across them on YouTube. And I think I just listened to a lot more of it than I would have, because it was all in one video. So it's like I started listening to it and I wasn't really aware of the song changes and stuff like that. So instead of it being like, you know, I put like, there's a video and then an ad, video, ad, video, ad, you know what I'm saying? It's literally just like one long ass video that doesn't really highlight transitions between tracks. So you end up listening to like at the very least like 5 to 6 tracks before you really pay attention. So it's like a way of me getting people to kind of hook them in a little bit. And then also that maximizes the views. Like if someone clicks on a link, it's gonna give a view to the entire tape. So that will make that counter climb faster. And I can also manipulate it myself with my multiple Gmail accounts, and you know, just like watching it myself. So, and then I could ask other people to do the same things. Like, but basically stream this shit a bunch of times if you're down. Really, all I'm asking for right now is a like on this page. Because like, I can boost up the YouTube part, but I can't do that on Facebook. So I need people to actually support it. So that's kind of the idea that I came up with, and I've been kind of wrestling with it. Like, you know, there's a couple songs. Do I put them on here? Do I not? Do I try to mix and master them? Do I not? Do I post? It's like, okay, I like this whole release strategy, but do I post like another older one, maybe that's a little bit better, mixed with a little bit more catchier songs? It's like, so I basically have been wrestling with all that. I've been watching, there's like these clips by Rick Rubin. There's a bunch of little clips that I've downloaded for myself personally that are actually going to go on Victory Think at this point, but that just caught me at the right time and inspired me. And he's talking basically about, you know, how you make something for fun, and then if you like it, it's good, pretty much. And it's like, well, I really like this. It timed out perfectly, and I never had these ideas to do it this way. So I was like, this is just how it should go, basically. So that's one of the main things that kind of happened. Let me get my list out. So yeah, that kind of got me started on this whole like intuition path. And I've been kind of putting off the whole hold my hand wholesale thing because I don't like doing cold calling, and because I have some experience with that, you know what I mean? And maybe on paper it might be the most intelligent move, like the best use of my time business wise, but there's a just the way that I feel about doing it, the anxiety that I feel towards it, and then kind of realizing like, okay, the price probably isn't going to change anytime soon, and like I'm still not, there's this like moon phase where it's like half and half, coming out of a new moon into a full moon, and that's basically like the cutoff date of starting new things. Instead of starting things on new moons, I've been starting them basically in between a new moon and a half moon, because things just tend to get kind of pushed back and whatever. So I still haven't planted the sunflower seeds. I still haven't started Whole Man Wholesale, just because that anxiety peaked in a way where it triggered me to want to move more, like trusting my gut more, basically. Actually, another thing happened too, where I called Chase about there's a bunch of different things, like the trade line supply thing was more complicated. Like I couldn't use plastic just because. So I was gonna have to either do cash or do a cash. Like I had to solve that problem, and then I called Chase, and they still hadn't received my legal paperwork. So I'm like, man. And my mom's the one who mailed it, and what I thought was that she mailed it wrong, and potentially on purpose. So I was not feeling well. I had to go up to, I upped the weight to 40 pounds, and I guess my dad uses those, so he, like the first day that I put them in my room, so I could just quickly do my set how I normally do, he came and got them. So I'm like, now I have to go downstate, like I have to do something to adjust. I didn't know what the solution was at the time, but I ended up just going to sleep really quick that day, and I'm like, I will handle this tomorrow. I don't know if it was Tuesday or Monday or what day it was. I think it was Monday. It all happened. So I started, like, basically, I was like, I'm gonna start doing sessions again, because I haven't been doing them. Literally, like, they've been very random, and yeah, they needed to be more of a priority. And I knew, and I even wrote that in my journal. I was like, I need to do more sessions. Sessions will fix all of this. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad in a lot of different ways, and I've been neglecting sessions, and I don't want things to fall off. So it's like, I already know if tomorrow when I just need to go to sleep. I don't want to do this right now. I need to get started on the right foot and attack this. And I did a session that day. So the next day I almost got in an argument with my mom, and then I was trying to handle it while I waited for her to come pick me up so we could do some stuff, which is, remail it, fax it. And then my solution for the trade line supply complication was basically take out a cash advance for multiple reasons. I needed to feign like I had more money to Truist so that there's some cash in my account, because I was short like $80 for the whole thing from what I had right then and there. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to take out a cash advance. I called someone earlier, I think it was on Monday, and they basically made me feel like it was okay to do. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. Which it was nice. It was nice to have that money in my hand, because I had the money that I was already depositing, which I received another 100 like earlier in the week, over the weekend. And so I had like 190. And then I went in, took out 400 or 380. So I had a lot of money in my hands, and it felt really nice. And I got to kind of like flex it in front of my mom, which was something I wanted to do, because I wanted to, like, if there was any any doubt about. So there's this weird thing that there's like a correlation with how my parents treat me and me having low money. It's like when I have low money, it seems like they, for some reason, they know, and I don't know if they could see the money in my account or what, but they act different, and it's very strange. So it's like, I want you to see, and I had an excuse. So anyway, I deposited it, and that felt really nice. It's like, I could get used to this. And then, I started the process to make a purchase. It turns out that I actually purchased it on the 13th, but I got a coupon code today, and it saved me a nice, it's like $60, 15%, that I was able to apply. Like, we had to redo the transaction, but I saved $60. So basically, it got me a lot closer just having the money on hand. I still have to send one paper. There's like a paper I have to sign and email to them to finish the whole thing. But we're basically ready for funding. I have my outfit picked out for like that day when I go to Truist Bank. I know exactly what I'm gonna wear. And we are 100% revving the spiritual engine. Really. Oh, by the way, the Chase situation resolved itself. Like, I checked my email, and they responded like literally while I'm on the phone with USPS trying to figure out what happened with the letter that I sent. I see in my email that they responded to the arbitration, the demand for arbitration, via the AAA. So that was pretty good. So yeah, I felt like everything was going to shit, and then it pretty much all resolved itself very fast. I went to the store. I had to repurchase my toiletries because I think I accidentally threw them out when I cleaned my room. So I'm a little bit all over the place right now, so excuse me. But basically, after that, so now it's like Wednesday, it's like midweek, and I achieve, the big funding thing or whatever, and I'm like, I'm gonna push back Hold My Hand Wholesale one more week, and maybe just not get it at all, but for sure I might start it Monday, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. Basically, I had a couple days of amazing sessions, and I think it started on Wednesday, and I don't know why I hadn't felt up to it. I just don't know. I guess there was a little bit of fear because of the close call that I had about a month ago, and I haven't been, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't been wanting to I just like lost my mojo when it comes to that, and I haven't wanted to risk it. There was just a lot of close calls, and it's like my chin was bad. I just didn't know. I didn't have the confidence. Now, after 2 or 3 days of like going ham, like actually like 4 hour, hour-long sessions 4 times a day. Like I was for some reason wanting to like go back to the start. I had this weird feeling of wanting to go back to the start, meaning like maybe like, just go back to basics kind of thing. So like I went and I was looking at old VODs of like, things I made while in session when and this is like the first time I've ever done that, really. Maybe not the first time, like ever, but when I really started to do it seriously, there's some gems in there, and I just really started going ham, like no lapses, just full sending it for the full hour, over and over and over again. And that's how it needs to be. It's like part of my job. It is work. It is sadhana. It is actually important, it is frequency raising, vibration raising. It is, and that bleeds into literally everything else. And by the way, that I did that before I got the coupon code for the $60. You know what I mean? I did that before the day that everything started going properly. So, you know what I mean? It's very important, and there's nothing better. I don't know how much I want to talk about it, but literally it's like there's nothing better. So I've been doing meditations pretty much daily. Today I actually stayed outside for the full hour. Normally I do like the first 15 minutes outside, and then there's a portion in the meditation where, in the tape that I listen to, where he says move, and I go lay down inside. Because what I used to do was I would be sitting cross-legged outside, and sitting in that position for more than 15 minutes would be uncomfortable, on concrete or whatever. So now I have a chair out there. So it kind of occurred to me, like, I kind of don't want to go inside. And then I like the last time, the day before today, I went inside and I was like, man, this is lame. You know what I mean? Like, I want to stay outside. So I was like, there's a cot in the garage that is basically like when it says move, instead of sitting up straight, I'll lay down and kind of like use the time as like getting sunlight, tanning or whatever. Being nearly naked outside in the heat is something that feels very nice for whatever reason. I don't know why. It really does. So I actually noticed a difference in my skin color already today. So that's been happening. I actually ate an onion today too. Or not an actual whole onion, but I ate some slices of raw onion for the first time this year. I haven't wanted to do that because of the smell, but with the whole being back in session thing, and like the increase in energy, and then you got to think too, like, my circumstances have been improving steadily, right? Like, now, instead of me being like on my ass and doing it, which, I would still go ham sandwich, there's something about like having your ducks in a row. So like, my room is fucking clean. I have money in the bank. My plan is moving as it should be. I've pretty much done everything that I need to do already. So like, it's like, what is the best move to do here? And it absolutely is unequivocally that. For fun purposes, use of my time purposes, productivity purposes, spiritual purposes, in every single way, all roads are going to Rome in this particular situation. So it's fucking beautiful, and I'm very glad about where I am with that, and I do intend on continuing it. And basically, it's kind of like there's this thing that happened, right? I've been playing Duelist a lot, and I actually reached rank 10, which I think is the highest rank I've ever been. It's in gold. Maybe it's not. Maybe I've been there before. But and by the way, when I last time I was playing, basically, I I got told by someone that I beat, who I did like some very memey things to, basically. He was saying, I was messaging him, and he was basically like talking about how they were quote unquote standing me in the Discord. So I went and checked, and basically someone dropped a screenshot of like this horrible position that I had him in, basically, which was very aesthetically pleasing, that I did on purpose. And I guess he was getting roasted for it. So he was saying like, oh, you're famous, blah, 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 blah. Lols. But in that game, basically, sometimes what happens is there's not enough time to just do the best thing. It's kind of like playing timed chess. So sometimes you have so many options and all of them are good, You have to basically do what you want, do what you feel like doing. What way would you prefer to go? You know what I mean? Instead of thinking about the best way, in that particular, it's like being so ahead in chess that almost all moves are good. So you don't want to waste time trying to find the best move, because you're going to end up losing on time. It's kind of what the situation is. And that's kind of been, like, I watched that VOD, that highlight that I had to do for the YouTube queue, and I've been like kind of applying that to my life, where it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, there's the best move, and then there's what you want to do. You know what I mean? Which as long as it doesn't have to be the best move, as long as it's still a good move, right? Because you've gotten yourself in position where it's like you're just ahead. You know what I mean? You're gonna win. So how do you want to go about it, basically? And that's kind of where I'm at now. You know what I mean? It's like I have enough leverage to, and I've done enough to where it's like I don't necessarily need to be desperate. And it actually might be a better, you know what I'm saying? If I study long, study wrong, if I take too long, I'm gonna end up messing, like it's gonna mess up my mental, it's gonna mess me up spiritually. I need to just do what feels right to me at some point, you know what I mean? Like when I was looking at the trade lines, there was another trade line on there that was different than the one that I had previously purchased, right? And it had like a higher limit and more time, but it was gonna report later. So it was like technically better, but this one just felt better. So I was like, I'm gonna go with this one, period. The one that I had already purchased. There you go. And that happened before too, where I was, when I was deciding between that one and another one, it was like, I like this bank's name better. It just sits well with me. How long are we into this? All right, not bad. So, I wanna, and I mentioned too that before, like a while ago, I mentioned how I've been wanting to watch like movies and TV and stuff like that, and that has come back a lot. I've been wanting to watch To Catch a Predator stuff, and I put on Dragon Ball Z the other day for like 2 seconds, and I'm like, nah, nope. The reason is because it might seem harmless, but the essence, the energy of it is being soaked into you. The timbre of the voices, the cadence of the speech, the conflict in the story, the motifs in the story, the sounds, you know what I mean? You know, the general kind of vibe of the show is being soaked up by me, and you know what I'm saying? And I basically didn't deem it important or good enough to do that. Like I like watching ASL. You know, I like watching RTS tournaments to kind of numb my mind. That's what I like to do the most. It's intriguing, you know, it's entertaining, it's mindless. It can be mindless. And it's relative. It doesn't seem harmless, you know what I mean? I mean it does seem harmless. It doesn't seem like there's anything super, like, if anything, it's nerdy, but you know what I mean? It's not like, it's kind of like watching a sport. Like if I was watching basketball, it's like there's something about this, but it's not like it's good enough. You know what I mean? For like the very low end. Then you have, you know, those tarot videos, which I like to watch to like go to sleep. Which again are like affirmations, you know. I like to take the positive things. It's like, oh yeah, that's a cool idea. I like that idea. That resonates with me, and I'm going to believe that. I'm going to choose to believe that. So instead of watching stuff like that, it's like, bro, I've been going on these long ass walks, right? I almost did it today, actually. I've been going on these like 2 hour long walks. I need to be doing my sessions, bro. I'm like, out here, you know, exercising my legs, I guess, but like, if I want to get my mind right, I need to go in, inside, not outside. So it became like, it's like all at once, which is how this stuff happens a lot of the times. Like there's this, like this whole, like what triggered me to like start working out again was just this woman that I saw who was like obviously, working out and it's basically sculpting her body, and it gave me like motivation, but it gave inspiration. It's like, oh man, I can do the same thing. Like she's changing the shape of her body to be what men like. I can do the same thing for women, basically. And she's a slim individual, so like whatever muscle she builds, she really does change the shape. So with this, it's like the whole mix-it thing, plow, just hit me in the face. The whole, I'm gonna say her name, I'm the thing, plow, right in the face. And then and then it's like back in session, which I wanted to kind of do anyway, for confidence building, for going for funding, and also for the release of the mixtape or whatever. So yeah, it's beautiful, and I'm gonna keep doing that, and that's the priority basically. It's like, okay, and it's been so good. Literally, it's like, okay, the little things that I need to get accomplished can fit around that. Whatever I get triggered, go for it right away. Go for it. Get that hour in, and try to get 4 a day. That's it. And it's a big chunk of the day, so it doesn't leave a lot of time for other things. And whatever those other things are, they better be fucking good. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna have the afterglow, so that whatever I'm doing, it bleeds into, the energy bleeds into it, the ideas I come up with, and all that stuff. So, God, I'm excited about that. I'm gonna be making a lot more VODs, and it's gonna be kind of hard to stream. I've been wanting to stream, but it's like it kind of doesn't agree with sessions as much. I mean, I'm hoping that I feel good, and I just like want to do hold my hand wholesale on Monday. But I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I've been postponing it so much. I basically feel like if it doesn't happen this month, we'll do it next month. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's basically that. So now we're into next week, right? Okay, I think I covered everything. It was very hectic, but I'm pretty sure I covered everything. The notes are already hectic. The only thing I wasn't sure that I said, okay, so I have an Equifax score, a business score with Equifax, but it's not great. The only thing that's reporting is NAV. So I'm kind of hoping, I'm kind of watching for that. I'm kind of hoping that, and my Vantage score dropped a little bit because of the cash advance. So those are a couple things. But I'm so close to being up to date with the amount of money that I owe and the amount of money that I have. If I get broken off another hundo or two, that would make me confident enough to like pay it off early, so that we can get off to, like this next reporting cycle was like, it looks really good because everything gets paid off early. Also, might want to return those toys. So basically, my Mohella thing the transition seems to have been finished, so I can sign up for Save. Like, it was like yesterday that it said that it posted or whatever. So sign up for Save. I need to like do all of my Florida Tech stuff. I'm gonna continue working on music stuff. So I need to edit a charity video. I need to edit charity down. I need to like figure out what my cadence for uploading is going to be and how I'm going to upload stuff. The only thing I'm sure about is how I'm going to upload Remedy. And that's another thing. I need to like start, getting the MP3s for that, and potentially, making that video. Because, it's all on BandLab right now. And I know how I want them to be cut up, but I haven't actually cut the MP3s down to size. So I need to do that. I also need to record how it's done. And then Tampa Bay is potentially on my old phone, so I kind of hit a standstill with that. But I can still do Charity, record how it's done, and get Remedy right. And then I need to figure out, like, usually what I was doing before was one song a day on Friday, but I just don't know, like, the order. I haven't organized all that yet, so just keep working on that stuff. Keep doing, for the love of God, keep doing sessions. Like, first things first, like, priority sessions. If you do nothing else, like, literally, if you do nothing else, sessions, bro. Sessions. And then I need to plant my sunflower. I need to send off this document today, which I will definitely do for the, it's a social security document for the Trade Line Supply Company. And then Hold My Hand Wholesale. Sign up for Hold My Hand Wholesale hopefully on Monday. So this week will be a complete success if I basically I have one more set and post to do today. Then you got Saturday, set and post, and then Sunday's a day off. And just like literally all I really care about at this point is sessions and Remedy. These is like the main things. And if there's any more time, it's like streaming and then Hold My Hand Wholesale is pretty much how I want that to go. And then like the music channel, I need to get that. I need to figure that out. Oh, right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just little things like signing up for Save and doing FIT and yeah. The 40, I'm eating the 40 pound weight like a Tic Tac. It's I was not intending to be at this weight at this point. Lowering the reps definitely makes it possible. Hold on, let me just make sure this is still going. Lowering the reps definitely makes it a lot easier. But I should be on, like, I actually should be at 30 pounds right now if I had it my way, but I skipped 25 and I skipped 35 and I just went up to 40, which I guess is a good thing because it seems like I can handle it. So yeah, man, I am extremely happy right now. The vibes are amazing. I'm literally probably going to go back and just do another session after I do my set and everything. I actually just had the alarm go off, so I'm a little bit late on that, but it's whatever. The last one really doesn't matter as long as it's like not super late. Like, I started early today, so I could just do the last set at whatever time and post. It's not really a rush. So yeah, it's been a pleasure. This is week 11. Yeah, talk to you next week. Peace.